piece is entitled Ill Repute. It could be stated that many men wish death be upon me, for it would make this world spin much faster. Though for myself I feel no allegiance, I am my own, these men call upon others to be their master. I weave a tale of my long quest to travel to other lands. True, it's pleasure travel, but I have business to fulfill. For after many decades, it is not love I hold in my hand, but an empty, therefore useless heart that is nil. For it is told a man can be judged in personality and character by the hat on his head and the gun on his hip, by the beverages he drinks and how much he tips his waiter, and if his handshake is weak or strong in grip. For I am a gentleman in truth hiding beyond this guise, but to the average observer I am a pervert in desire of power. Though I do thrive on lust in my solitude, I behold love in the eyes, and that cannot be construed when the service is $100 an hour. This fact makes me a lustful sinner in judgment of the church, antisocial, loner, and deviant fool to my populace of peers. To what women I do feel love, something of me makes them lurch, and though my eyes don't do it, my heart breaks and flows tears. Thousands of miles I traveled by the steel eagle in the sky to an area quite foreign, yet still a part of my homeland. Closer was I to that which would make me die. For the right price, an army of pleasure was at my command. To the south I walked, to the border, to that goal. My heart thumped in line with my heel of my boots. There was nothing for me to lose or give as toll, except for a deflowering of me by the roots. Though I'm a modern-day cowboy, I'm no gringo. My Spanish is well enough for a night in this town. And though it be quite bare in the late fall domingo, I am guaranteed to see a maiden's gown. For within the streets I am eyed by authority and lowlife. It was just a few hours before I returned to the north. You got to avoid fights and knives while searching for a temporary wife, and hope that you can get your time and money's worth. There's a certain joy in having the common streetwalker, for it is a search and a game for such ladies of the night. But I prefer a brothel, for it is much more traditional, and safe to boot, for the laws and regulations are tight. It began simply enough. She engaged in simple stripping foreplay. I slowly mirrored her moves, getting ready to go in for the kill. She finally lay back on the bed, legs splayed like vulnerable prey. Now my inhibitions were gone and emptiness was about to be filled. We tossed and turned like two men fighting for their lives. But what we were doing was the complete opposite. Although there was much stabbing, there were no knives. And then the time came, and it was nigh. I felt the telltale feeling rolling up inside. It was better than any other type of high, as my death shot not only my seed, but my virginity along for the ride. I lay for a moment as I gathered what I had finally accomplished, but I felt confused as it was not what was expected. There was a real intimate connection, as there was a lack of real intimate connection as I'd wished. The melancholy hit as I confirmed what I had suspected. Those years of solitude and onanism had made me ready, but that desire heightened and grew beyond any hope of satisfaction. For I was bound to disappoint physically, feeling that I am what I have felt already. Virginity is only a label, and not really an accomplishment. In fact, it only applies to maidens and boys before they achieve manhood. Yet, if you become an adult, it is as if it were only there for an improvement. Otherwise, intercourse simply is just a pleasure and not an event as is understood. What was to be met with confetti, I met with mourning, for it was a more expensive sensation with much more trouble. There was the same enjoyment, but with twice the scorning. It was not just my cherry that was popped, it was also my bubble. Now I know that sex is like murder. It can't be as spontaneous and random. You must have a motive and be in the mood, for love and hate are personal and two wheels in tandem. In the end, it just won't do any good. With my only wish complete, I feel nothing else to do, so I get back up on my feet and keep walking until I kill these blues.